Before becoming famous, Leonardo DiCaprio lived in poverty and often could not even afford ice cream. Before becoming famous, Leonardo DiCaprio had a house in a neighborhood with prostitutes and drug addicts. As a child, he saw people having sex right on the street. Before becoming famous, Leonardo DiCaprio starred in a commercial for chewing gum. Before becoming famous, Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to quit acting and become a breakdancer. Before becoming famous, Leonardo DiCaprio landed a role in the legendary series Santa Barbara. And in general, he did not shy away from almost any acting work, which, as a result, led him to the status of an unbeatable legend of Hollywood.
Embarrass yourself like that in front of all those goddamn people!
This is before they got famous, and today, we will tell you the story of Leonardo DiCaprio's rise to stardom. The boy named Leonardo's way of life began on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. His mother is an immigrant from East Germany, the daughter of a refugee from the USSR and a German, and his father is from a German-Italian family. That is, the blood of at least 3 different nationalities flows in DiCaprio's veins. Perhaps it is precisely because of this international heritage that DiCaprio grew up so talented. However, let's go step by step, as the boy's life was not easy from the very beginning. Before young Leo was a year old, his parents had already divorced. Fortunately, they agreed to take care of their son together and spend equal time with him. However, DiCaprio's family could no longer be complete. The father was a creative person. He drew comics, and the time he gave to his son was spent on walks in museums, where he developed in Leo a love of art and showed paintings by Da Vinci, in honor of whom the boy got his name.
DiCaprio, I thought that
Why was he named Leonardo? I think that's a cute story.
I was inspired by the name of Leonardo da Vinci.
But he was not ready to take any responsibility. Therefore, the main burden of upbringing fell on the mother, Ermelin. The woman worked as a secretary in one of the courts there, but after the divorce, she was forced to find another job. Everything in order to have enough money for her son. Because the father's profession did not bring much income, and he could not sufficiently help the family he left behind, housing had to be chosen inexpensively, in a not too prosperous area. Later, Leo recalled that walking around that area was a real test of survival. The guy could be beaten. He often saw drug addicts and prostitutes, and once he even noticed a couple having sex right on the street. They were high. Only parental love and the care of the closest people could protect the future Hollywood star from the harmful effects of the street. Leo was friends with almost no one, and his whole circle consisted only of really important people. He did the impossible. He grew up as a kind person in a place that was full of underprivileged people. Considering the circumstances, the fact that DiCaprio from a young age took on the absolutely right path in life seems really strange. However, in the district with drug addicts and prostitutes was growing up a boy who dreamed of becoming an actor since childhood. Yes, Leo enthusiastically acted out skits, learned some strange roles, prepared mini plays, and demonstrated all this to his parents. Acting was DiCaprio's favorite hobby, and he developed in this direction, and his parents only supported all his endeavors. So, at the age of 5, Leonardo could get his first experience working on television. Mom found him a small role in a children's morning show. The boy was incredibly happy. However, it played a dirty trick on him. Before the start of the shooting, he started running around the stage, shouting with happiness and shaking the cameras, not knowing that they would now film him. Even his mother could not calm the boy down, and he was not allowed to shoot in the program. Nevertheless, the dream of becoming an actor just took hold in the head of young Leo. DiCaprio spent the next 6 years of his life in castings. At the same time, he tried himself everywhere. In movies, in TV commercials, in TV series, in morning shows, in the role of a host, an actor, and a mass production. Well, at least somewhere. Unfortunately, he almost always received rejections. Just a few small roles in advertising. That's all Leonardo DiCaprio's achievements in 6 years of his childhood career. Everything was so bad that Leo even started doubting the correctness of the path he was taking. At the age of 11, he decided to tie the knot with acting and start a career of a breakdancer.
Is it true you almost quit acting when you were 11?
Yes, because I was a breakdancer.
Do you think DiCaprio would make a great breakdancer? Anyhow, we will not know the exact answer to this question. As a breakdancer, DiCaprio only managed to take second place in a small regional competition. And then, finally, the acting came on his way, and he had to forget about breakdancing. Leonardo DiCaprio's life changed in 1990. It was then that the boy stopped relying on his parents for everything, and independently found an agent for himself, who was able to knock out several initial works for the young talent. So, Leo was cast for a small role in 2 episodes of the series, The New Lassie, was able to get episodic roles in 2 other small series, and even played in the legendary Santa Barbara, the same endless show which everyone knows about.
You want to end up like me?
After the first steps in the world of cinema, a year later, DiCaprio's career began to develop very rapidly. So, for the first time, young Leo got a big role not on television, but in a real movie. It was Critters 3, and it's marked as a horror film, although in reality, if it had been released in modern times, it would have been relegated to comedy status. Nevertheless, regardless of the quality of the film itself, DiCaprio's performance there was good, and the promising actor was finally noticed by well-deserved Hollywood figures. DiCaprio got the chance of a lifetime when he was cast for a major role in the film This Boy's Life. Just look at the cast of the film. Ellen Barkin, Chris Cooper, young Tobey Maguire. The main role is played by Robert De Niro himself. It was a dream that became reality. At the casting for the show, DiCaprio beat out more than 400 other candidates. He later said that he did not believe he would succeed at all. Fate gave the young Hollywood star a golden ticket to the Walk of Fame, and Leo took full advantage of it. Although the film itself did not collect a lot of money at the box office, all critics noted the excellent performance of the young, almost unknown actor, and stated that, it seems, a new hope for cinema has appeared in the United States. DiCaprio's further roles are a story about the fact that the career of a talented and diligent actor can grow literally every day. Leo received offers that he could not even dream of before. The role in the film, What's Eating Gilbert, Grape, in the same year was not just a jump, it was a flight, an explosion of acting skill, which was not yet suspected in Hollywood at that time. The cute teenager, who had many fans of the same age through his roles in TV series, played a difficult, sharp, dramatic role of a boy with Down syndrome. All this on stage with Johnny Depp. Leo was getting so into the character that the audience could not believe that on the screen was not a boy with real developmental problems. Even cinematographers and directors sometimes confused DiCaprio's condition, not understanding whether he was playing the role so perfectly or he was really disabled. And all of this with almost no experience in dramatic acting. The diamond of Leonardo DiCaprio's talent became visible to everyone. For his role, the guy received nominations for the Golden Globe and Oscar for the first time. Oh, back then, he had no idea how many more Oscar nominations fate had for him. All this was close to the top, but not the peak itself. Leonardo DiCaprio is one step away from superstar status. What was needed was a box office blockbuster, a universally recognized masterpiece, and a role in it. He had to wait for 3 years. And so, in 1997, Titanic was released, a picture that turned the entire world of cinema upside down. A film with an unbelievable budget, a lot of special effects, complex dialogues, an all-star cast of actors, and a filmmaking team. All this cannot fail to give results. Just think about it. More than $2 billion in box office is a phenomenal success. Critical acclaim and the highest ratings from all audiences. 91 awards, 14 Oscar nominations, and winning 11 of them, which was a record for the ceremony. Titanic became a world phenomenon, a film that appears once in a decade, and Leonardo DiCaprio played one of the main roles in this picture. Romantic scoundrel Jack Dawson won the hearts of women all over the world. DiCaprio became a sex symbol for millions and millions of women. It was difficult to find a person on this planet who did not see Titanic, and it was equally difficult to find a woman or girl who did not fall in love with Jack Dawson after watching it. Leonardo DiCaprio became a celebrity. Since the release of Titanic, an unknown actor named Leo has no longer existed. However, the world received a new Hollywood superstar who will grace more than one legendary picture with his performance and will become an idol of world cinema. The world received a real Leonardo DiCaprio, a man who was formed in a neighborhood soaked with drugs and prostitution, but preserved himself, overcame all difficulties, and grew into someone truly legendary. Leo went from a failed breakdancer to one of the most famous personalities of our time. All thanks to determination, constant desire to make dreams come true, and thanks to boundless love for his profession. Then it was a completely different story. A story of success, fame, and fees. And we only have stories about famous people before they became famous. So, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss them. And don't forget about the videos that have already been released on our channel. Click and watch.